Who will do it? Hubie inbounding. Has Nick, 8 seconds, got it! He got it up in time! They inbounded it to Nick with 0.8 seconds left underneath the basket, and the Eagles win! 77-75! Wow!
And that's what I was talking about.
We called it!
Composure, that play they've been running a million times. Set it up, and it worked. He threw the lob to Nick at this right time. Just like I was telling you, man.
Hello, Eagle fans. I'm Chris Hooks of the Nccu Sports Network, going one-on-one with senior men's basketball player here at North Carolina Central, Nick Chasten, as we talk about his career here at Nccu and all the contributions he made to the basketball program. He's one of the final pieces of that transition to Division I, and we certainly appreciate his efforts here at North Carolina Central. Nick, first of all, thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
Nick, if you could, just talk about just the overall transition. Your freshman year was the second year of it, and you got to enjoy the fruits of that labor here with your final season being the first year as an official Division I. Just talk about that and your whole career here at North Carolina Central.
Me being one of the last ones here at North Carolina Central, take part in that transition, it's pretty big to me and it's meaningful because I got to see it, from the beginning and the struggles and the long road games and travel schedule, so it was very hard, but to see it now, like us having a winning season and competing against everybody that we play, it's a plus, and it just shows you where you can go and knowing like where you come from. So it was pretty big to me, and my freshman year was tough because we were playing top ranked teams, Kansas State, and like it was just hard to compete. I was playing the 4 and the 5, and I'm 6'6", 6'7", so it was tough, but now, playing against anybody, like it's just fun, and the talent that we have now to the talent that we had then, like it's definitely improved, and you have to commend Coach Moton about that.
Oh, yeah, you certainly do, and I think anybody that thought that transition was going to be easy certainly was fooling themselves. But was there a time during the transition that for you that it was just that it became really frustrating? And I know when Coach Moton took over, you could certainly tell things were on the upswing.
Yeah, it was hard times, like especially my freshman year when you're playing teams and it's like you want to win, but at some point it's like like if we just get beat by 10 or 15, like we feel like it's a moral victory. But like after that, it's like what, we don't want moral victories. We can compete against anybody. Like they put their pants on just like we do. So Coach Moton kept us believing that, and each year we got better and improved. So it helped us, and then we look at us now like we, had a great season this year.
Was there a moment during the transition that you felt, okay, we're getting ready to get over that hump and really start to compete?
Yes, I felt that my late sophomore year, beginning of my junior year, like when we played Oklahoma. And when we played Oklahoma, I just knew we were going to win that game. And I still think about that every day now. Like, I just didn't get that big victory that I always wanted. But, that's the closest thing we ever, came to win a big game. So, playing in that game, I just, it was, the adrenaline was rushing in. It was a great feeling, and I just knew that, we were going to come out on top. But, we went to OT and we didn't, finish out strong, and we lost. But at the end of the day, like, we competed. We really competed, and I think we opened up a lot of eyes in that game. So, and that being at the beginning of the season, everybody's looking at us like, okay, North Carolina Central, up on the move. So, it helped. It definitely has helped the program.
Looking over your career, Nick, 31st all-time, 1,016 points, 16th all-time in rebounds, 578, 71 block shots, 8th all-time. 10th all-time in steals, 123 throughout your career, and you were one of the quiet ones. You were just quietly consistent throughout your career. Again, these numbers to me are tremendous numbers throughout a career. Congratulations on that. But when you hear that, and you hear that you're in the top 30 in so many categories, and you're top 10 in this, that's gotta be pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and like I just think about the history of the program. Like if you think about it, like Nccu is like one of the main places where it started. You know, think about all the great names that's come through here. You know, Coach Moton, Sam Jones, and Jimmy Boston, and just, you know, to even have numbers close to those guys, it means a lot. You know, I watched Nccu growing up as a kid, and, you know, for me to be a part of the program and have my name, you know, in the mix, it makes me feel good. And I can come back 20 years from now, 30 years from now, as an old man and just see, like, yeah, I did pretty good here at North Carolina Central University. So, you know, it means a lot because I always wanted to leave a legacy. So, you know, even though my career is over, I hope I've, you know, done enough to leave a legacy here.
I think you certainly have. Just again, I think you were and I asked, and we talked to Coach Moton about this. I asked him, was Nick the beginning of the prominence in that transition? And he said, oh yeah, you were the first piece to us on the upswing, us moving in the right direction in the Division I level. Just looking to the senior season, being in the MEAC, everything counting. In fact, we could go for a championship. What was that like?
It was amazing feeling, you know, actually to compete, because we competed my junior year, but we just couldn't win anything. So it's like we had a feel for it. We had been there before, so it's not like we were going in there with just, you know, an open pitch. We, you know, we knew what we were going up against. So going to my senior year, you know, the pieces that we had, I was like, you know, well, we could make a lot of noise if we just come together and we all on the same page. You know, we can make a big statement. So in the MEAC, you know, anybody can win it. You know, there's not just one set team that's just going to win it every year. Like, you can be surprised by anybody. So, you know, we competed against a lot of teams. We played against a lot of great competition. And, I mean, if you look at Norfolk State and what they did in the NCAA tournament, it tells you that the MEAC conference is on the rise itself. So it means a lot to me, and playing against North Carolina A&T, you know, one of the biggest rivalries around. You know, that was one of the best feelings, one of the craziest games I've ever played in my life. So it's been a great experience.
Well, you were 3-1 against them during your career. How was that for you? And you get to, you know, for the future, you know, when you come back, you say, hey, I was 3-1 against the Aggies.
Yeah, it's a pretty good feeling, because my sister was a student athlete at North Carolina A&T. She swimmed. So, you know, it's always that Aggie pride, Eagle pride rivalry. So I can say, you know, we beat the Aggies, you know, 3 times to 1. And, you know, I have a lot of family that went to A&T. So, you know, when we play them, I have family cheering for me, then I have family cheering for the A&T. So, you know, it was a great experience. It was all fun and laughter, but, you know, I'm going to remember that forever.
I get used to seeing that shot and having the camera shot of Coach Moton and the rest of the team going over to the fans at A&T and you know, doing the eagle and pointing to them and all that. I can get used to that. Hopefully we'll keep doing that as we move forward. All right, you're graduating.
Yes.
What's your degree in? And congratulations on that. And I know you got to be proud of that.
Yeah, I'm graduating May 12th, a degree in public administration. And yeah, it's been 4 years, long years, and I'm proud of myself. Coaches are proud, and most of all, making my mother and my father proud, because they've been with me there every step of the way. And Coach Moton gave me an opportunity, and I appreciate it. And so, you know, I'm out of here next week.
Speaking of Coach Moton, you can really tell he's coming in and galvanized the basketball program. He's turned it in the right direction. Playing for him, knowing him as long as you have, what was that like for you to be a part of that turnaround from the 4-26 to the 17-15 to even next year's team's got a lot of people thinking they're going to be really good?
Yeah, well, Coach Moton is just a great teacher of the game as well as a coach. Like, he knows everything down to a T. Like, when I came in, you know, I thought I had a good feel for the game, fundamentally wise, but, you know, he exposed me in my knowledge of the game. But now, you know, he has everything down to a T. And, you know, if you're a player coming in, you're going to leave knowing a lot about the game of basketball, and he gives you a better understanding, and he helps you understand every mistake that you make. And I never had that before, so it's a plus. And, you know, I think it made me a better player, and it helped me, you know, get the numbers that I did, you know, achieve. So, you know, Coach Moton is a great coach, and he's young, so I can only imagine him, you know, 15 to 20 years from now, he's, you know, going to be one of the top coaches in the country.
That I can certainly agree with. I think he does a great job of putting people in the right positions. And I say that to you, your patented top of the key three. That's your shot. I mean, to me, when I see that, it's going in no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a big shot for me. I think about Bethune-Cookman games, a lot of games, you know. It's just I always played the four, and the four always trails in transition. And he always tell me, you know, if you catch it, you know, it's shot, dump down, you know, reverse. So, you know, I'm coming down, you know, shot. So, you know, I think that's my touch, the top of the keys.
Oh, yeah. And you talk about that Bethune-Cookman game, and it was your top of the key threes that got us going and brought us back in that ball game. What was it like for you to compete in that MEAC tournament and be that close to, you know, this, that, and the other, and one thing happens, we could find ourselves playing Norfolk State for the championship?
Yeah, playing in a MEAC tournament is a feeling that you really can't explain. Like me seeing it the past 3 years and playing in the bonus game, you know, it doesn't really compare to actually being in the tournament. And like everybody projected certain teams to win, and it just wasn't working out that way. Everybody was getting knocked out. So, you know, playing in that game, we had played Bethune twice, and we beat them both times. So we went in that game like, you know, they really want to beat us. And they came out, and they had something to prove. And, you know, to me, Coach Moton, you know, gave us a good speech halftime. So, you know, me being a senior, I had to step up and do something. So I tried to do it to the best of my ability. And at the end of the game, you know, it just didn't work out that way. We lost. You know, it was a tough loss, one of the toughest losses ever. But, you know, it was a great opportunity, great feeling, and I enjoyed it.
What's the next step for you, Nick? Where are you going? What are you doing after you get your degree?
Well, I didn't know if I wanted to put down the basketball, but, you know, you always have to have a backup plan, and I do plan to get a CPCU, a Charter Property Casualty Underwriting designation from the Institute of Insurance, and, you know, that's probably my focus right now.
Okay.
And, you know, I don't want to, you know, stop playing basketball, whatever, so, you know, if a better opportunity comes, you know, I may look into it. So,
well, we hope you certainly have the opportunity to, you know, further your basketball career, because there's nothing better than watching the commissioner at work on the hardwood here at NCCU. Okay, Nick, for people that are watching this, the Eagle Nation, possible future students here at NCCU, what was it like for you to be an Eagle?
Me being an Eagle, it meant a lot, because if you think about the rich history of this university, not even just the athletic department, you know, it's going to mean a lot to individuals in the community, kids growing up, and alumni. And, you know, being an Eagle, you know, it's rich history, and you have to take it with pride and care. And being an Eagle, it was just fun. It was, you know, it was times that we went up against adversity, but we came through. Like, no one just left you in the cold. Like, everybody here, you know, backs you up. Nobody, you know, is downplaying you. And you know, everybody appreciates that. And playing basketball here has been a great opportunity for me and my family. You know, my family's from Raleigh, so they could come to every game. So it means a lot. So for me, you know, leaving Central, I can come back every year and get that same feeling from the team, and me getting older and look at the new incoming people that are coming into Central, you know, tell them about my experience. So I think it's a good opportunity for people, you know, coming in Central in the future.
Well, we certainly hope you do stay in touch with us here at NCCU. We wish you the best of luck, Nick, and in your future endeavors. And I certainly have benefited from getting to know you, and we've gone a long ways together.
Yes.
And I certainly will never forget, you know, my time that I spent with you, buddy.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Nick Chasten, the commissioner, as we go one-on-one here on the NCCU Sports Network. So long, everybody.